Hello to all my fat mamas out there. Welcome back to my channel. I am so sorry for the delay. My daughter is currently going through the little 4 months of depression that most babies go through, and she's just been keeping me up lately. Unfortunately, I've been trying to get her on a certain sleep schedule and it hasn't been working out. So that causes me to lose out on a lot of sleep, and whenever she does nap, I try and sleep instead of sitting around and recording videos for you guys, and I do apologize for that, but I'm back. So this video was going to be about how I found out I was pregnant and my family's reaction. She literally just woke up from a nap. I found out I was pregnant last year in February, and I remember because I had a period tracker app on my phone, and it was pretty accurate. I always tracked my periods on that app, and I never really had a problem with it. If my period was late, it was only late by like a day or two. It was never like a week or more than that. So after telling my fiance, babe, my period's supposed to come around this date, it was around his birthday, and he was like, okay, cool, whatever. So I let him know, and all of a sudden, one thing led to the next, and his birthday came and went. I didn't think much of it because at the time I was working full time, and I didn't really have much time to even sit around and think about what was going on. But my fiance noticed, and he texted me one day while I was at work, and he's like, "Your period still ain't come yet? Your little friend didn't come yet?" And I'm like, "No, not thinking much of it. Just my period will be here when it gets here." So I remember also around that time, my nipples were very, very sensitive, and for me, I just chalked it up to it being one of my period symptoms, because before my period comes, you have those symptoms such as sore nipples, or you're bloated, etc., etc. So I didn't really think much of it. That's pretty typical. But it came to a point where it was like my nipples were sensitive to touch. I didn't even want to when I was I remember I was getting into bed, I was to go lay down, I couldn't even lay a certain way because my nipples were so sore. And my fiance noticed that. He's like, He just, in his head, But come to find out, he's like, I kind of knew you were pregnant just because of that. I didn't think much of it. So one day we went out to Buffalo Wild Wings, and we had dinner. I had a drink and everything, and I was feeling good. I'm like, you know what, babe, you're right. My period still has not come yet. My only symptom has been the sore nipples, and they were a lot sorer than they've ever been, So it was weird. So there was actually a CVS right next door to the Buffalo Wild Wings that we were at. So as soon as we left dinner, I'm like, you know what, babe, I'm just gonna go run in there. I'm gonna go get a pregnancy test, and we can just solve this here now, because I know I'm not pregnant, right? So we went to CVS. I went to the little pregnancy test aisle, and I picked out what's that? I picked out a clear blue pregnancy test, and it was a digital one, and then it had the one that was plus or minus. So I was like, perfect, okay, this should be enough. I'm not one of those people trying to do 20,000 pregnancy tests. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna get this one. And it said on the box too, it's early detection. So I think it was 7 days within missing your period, it will be able to tell you if you were pregnant or not. So I was like, perfect, all right, cool. Went home. As soon as I got home, let me just do this now. While I'm in a good mood, let me just get this out of the way. So I went in the bathroom and I peed on the first test. The first test, if I'm not mistaken, was a plus or minus one. So I peed on that, and I didn't read the directions fully. I told you I had a drink, so I was feeling a little nervous. But so I looked on the test, and I didn't read the directions, and I didn't know you had to wait 2 or 3 minutes to get your result. So it didn't say anything at first. I'm like, oh babe, we're good. There's nothing on here. I'm not pregnant. So then he was like, So something told me to go look at the test again after the 2 or 3 minutes passed. I don't know. I just decided to look, and lo and behold, there was a plus sign. So I was like, So just to be sure, I also took the other test. That was the digital one that said pregnant or not pregnant. So I took that one, peed on the stick, and that one came back positive as well. Came back pregnant. So in my mind, like, I was so shocked. Like, I couldn't even like process at the moment what was really going on. I just knew that both the tests came out positive. So I'm just like, all right, you know what? I guess I am pregnant. Like, you know? So I remember putting them in a box underneath the sink, and then I, you know, after that, time went on and life goes on, etc., etc. So I went and got my first ultrasound when I was about 9 weeks. I'll insert a picture as well of her first ultrasound. And I decided to go on my lunch break while I was at work, and I went to a little clinic. It was a free clinic because at the time we had just moved to Pennsylvania and I didn't have my health insurance. It hadn't kicked in yet, so I just wanted to check on her and see how she was doing, and you know, just make sure everything with her, she was healthy. So I went on my lunch break and I went to the free clinic. Like I said, it was actually a very religious clinic, surprisingly. I didn't even know that. I just looked it up and it was close by to my job, so I was like, all right, cool. But I went and they did an ultrasound for me. They told me how many weeks she was. At that time I was 9 weeks, and I remember at the time I was just thinking, like, how am I gonna tell my family this? Like, my aunt who raised me, she's very religious, so in the back of my head, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, we're not married, you know, like, just, of course, it's not something that weighed heavily on my mind, but I was just kind of worried, like, I don't know how I'm going to break the system. I don't know how everyone's going to react, you know, just thinking along the lines of that. But I knew this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to have this little girl, and not having her was never an option for me. No one knew when I got that first ultrasound. Probably just one person knew. One of the girls at my job, you know, that I was close with at the time, she was probably the only one that knew at the moment. Everyone else was in the dark about it. Fast forward, my little sister and my aunt had came to visit me for my sister's spring break in April, and I remember at that time, just like, I was pregnant, so it was just like, I was very nervous to be around them. I wasn't showing yet, but I felt like they would be able to tell in a way. But thankfully, no one figured that out, that I was pregnant at that time, because like I said, I wasn't showing yet. And then I decided to tell my siblings about the pregnancy. I didn't know what her gender was at the time, so I'm just like, I wrote in our group chat, I'm like, you guys, I just want to let you know I'm pregnant. My brother and my little sister were so excited. My brother actually was saying he wants to teach. I thought it was going to be a boy. Wanted to teach him how to play basketball as soon as he's born, and you know, everyone was just, you know, my siblings were very excited for me. They were very ecstatic, and they couldn't wait to meet the new addition to the family. But I was still in shock. So then, basically around Mother's Day, I think Mother's Day is in May. I had another ultrasound by that time, and I decided, I'm like, you know what? I want to share this with my aunt now. I was so nervous. I didn't know how to do it, but I went on Amazon and I found this little picture frame. It was the cutest thing. And it was just saying, you know, you're going to be a grandparent, and then had a cute little quote on it as well. And I put a picture of her first ultrasound in there, and I shipped it off to her around Mother's Day. And mind you, I had sent 2 presents for my aunt, because that's, you know, she's like my mom. I sent her 2 presents for Mother's Day from Amazon. So she got the first package, and then my little sister, I told my little sister, I'm like, you know, look out for another package, because that's the package where I'm really, you know, with the little ultrasound picture in it for my aunt. And so the first package got there, and she opened, she's like, oh my gosh, I love the present, great, 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 but your little sister told me that there's another present coming. I'm like, yeah, there is another present coming, but I couldn't send that together because I had to have it shipped to me first, and then put the ultrasound picture in there, and then ship it to her separately. So So she finally received that, and oh my gosh, I was on pins and needles that whole day. So she waited for my little sister to get home. They opened the package together, and she just could not believe it. And honestly, like, her reaction was the exact opposite of what I thought it was gonna be. She was actually very happy. Like, she couldn't wait to be a grandma. You know, she was so excited. You know, a lot of positivity, a lot of, you know, she was just very happy, and I was just like, oh my gosh, you know, I hid it for this long, and I didn't know this was gonna be her reaction. So from there, I didn't. Only people that knew were like my close friends and my family. Social media was not aware that I was pregnant yet, and I decided to keep it that way because I didn't want any negative vibes or, you know, people just pre on your page and just, you know, be nosy and stuff like that. So I just kept it under wraps until I knew the gender. See, now, I thought she was going to be a boy. I was so sure. I told everyone that she was going to be a boy. Everyone that asked, yeah, it's a boy, it's a boy, it's a boy. Because my fiance has 3 brothers, and then all his brothers have sons. All of them. And he has a son as well. So I'm just like, yeah, it's going to be a boy. Like, you know, it's just one of those, oh, he doesn't need girls type of scenarios. But lo and behold, we got our girl. So you know, we went to the ultrasound to find out what the gender was, and I remember we went for 16 weeks. It was a little early, and they were like, you know what? They asked me and my fiance. She's like, do you want to know my honest opinion? I'm like, sure. She's like, I think it's a girl. I was like, what? Me and my fiance were both like, yeah, whatever, okay. So, because you know, you don't find out until you're 20 weeks before you find out the gender. So 20 weeks came along, and we went back to our doctor, and they told us to confirm, yeah, it's a girl. Honestly, I wanted a boy. I did, I'll admit. And my fiance was in shock for like 2 or 3 days. Like, he could not believe it. Like, but after he finally came to the realization, okay, we're having a girl, he was fine. He was happy, and he couldn't wait. And just like me, I couldn't wait either. Just because I thought about having little mini me and getting to dress her up and things like that. So after we found out her gender, that made things even more real for us, because we knew what we were having. Before, it was just like an assumption, okay, it's a boy, but finding out her gender, it was like, okay, we're having a girl, wow, like, we can finally start shopping for her and things like that. So like I said before, you know, my family, like, especially my aunt, they just reacted the exact opposite of what I thought they were going to react. I pretty much thought they were going to be like, I don't know, disappointed or maybe upset or something. I don't know, because maybe they thought I was too young and things like that. But for me, I felt like I was ready, and I was sure. As soon as I found out that I was pregnant, I was sure that this is what I wanted to do. So yeah, she's just been surrounded by a lot of positivity and happiness ever since she was born, and that's what we intend on having her surrounded by all her life, because I feel like, you know, children especially pick up on vibes and things like that. So just having her around positive people and positive vibes only, so she can be a happy girl, right? So today I found out I was pregnant with her. I was so excited to start this motherhood journey and to see what it had in store for us and to meet this little one. And now she's finally here, and she just has so much personality, and she's so much fun to be around, even though she doesn't sleep all the time. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening into my video. Like I said again, I'm so sorry for the lateness of it. More videos to come. Stay tuned. If you don't already, subscribe and like the video. And also feel free to follow me on Instagram. I usually post like updates before I put up a video beforehand. So yeah, thank you so much for listening in. Bye guys. Bye, my fat mama. See, bye.